The farm families that own Cabot are happy to be stuck in Vermont.
Basically, you just find out that everybody has a dark side, you know? We're not so strange and unusual.
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days. My name's Ava Sahlberger. We are here at the S.P.A.C.E Gallery in Burlington, Vermont for the Art of Horror opening reception.
I'm totally dead, and I don't feel well.
Everything just seems better when it's got horns on it.
This is an art show that we've been putting on for about 4 years now that features dark arts and dark artists.
We really wanted to make a place for artists like ourselves to have a place to show work like this. I mean, we're really lucky that Christy Mitchell, who runs the S.P.A.C.E Gallery, is letting us guest curate these shows.
They have all their friends come out and dress up and put amazing artwork on the wall, and I get to take a break and just experience it.
We were finding kind of a shortage of really good horror-themed art shows in the Vermont area. Generally a lot more politically correct type stuff, and we really wanted to push the envelope a little and have something that would be a little bit less comfortable.
Who would have thought there's all of this wonderful artwork out there that isn't just pastoral scenes and all the other quilt work type art you would imagine Vermont has, but right here in Burlington, one time a year, you get this amazing, gory, bloody, creepy, the dark recesses of our brains.
So people are disturbed by my work, and I don't know if they'd want it on their walls.
I can't really show my work at coffee shops.
There's a lot of work I've done over the years that I don't exhibit because everybody thinks it's too creepy.
Oftentimes I'm trying to make something that I think is sweet and close to my heart, and it does freak people out.
We've got 50 artists in the show, hanging probably 150, 175 pieces of work. And there'll probably be about a good 500-600 people coming to see the show. It's always pretty packed every year.
And I love how there's all these spooky, creepy people in Burlington that come out of our caves and our corners and show this amazing work.
The artwork is very impressive. When I walked in the door, I was really drawn to so many of the pieces.
Oh, I love it. I've been here a few years in the past. This is my first year actually submitting something to the show, so I'm really excited about that.
Well, I do this show every year, and it gets bigger and better and more interesting every year.
Demanding you buy artwork.
Yeah. We'll hex you if you don't buy art.
About an hour, I had 2 pieces sold. It makes me extraordinarily happy that something that just came out of my head, makes people happy. Even, a zombie George Romero.
And I am the Angel of Death.
Just bring everybody together in sort of the spirit of Halloween and get people dressed up and excited for the season.
Christmas, Hanukkah, and Arbor Day all rolled into one. It's Halloween, come on.
Early Halloween for grown-ups.
You can get dressed up, you come, there's of course all the Halloween candy.
You really want to come to this every year that you can.
It's cool to see old friends too, because there's a lot of people from the tattoo scene, the art scene, that all come together, so it's pretty nice.
It's outside of the norm, it's outside of the safe art kind of thing.
Because I believe people are thinking this kind of stuff all the time. I think it's just who we are.
It's nice knowing that you're not alone.
There's too much pressure that we all have to be happy and think positive thoughts all the time, and death is part of life. I mean, we all know we're going to die.
I saw The Exorcist when I was 9 years old.
It's just a genre that's always appealed to me. I mean, even when I was a kid, if you give me a novel that's got blood splashed on the cover, I'm going to buy it and read it.
And I like skulls and horror movies.
Sci-fi and fantasy and this, that, and everything. I guess I've just been into horror most of my life. I remember being a little kid and sneaking horror movies.
It's good to explore that, to look at it right in the face and say, what is this? Why is it frightening?
When somebody's disturbed, when something gets to them and kind of makes them shiver a little bit, that gets people thinking and gets people talking and gets people questioning, and people don't do that anymore very much, so I like to make them do it.
I think life is more fun when we embrace both sides of the world.
What it is to be a good person and what it is to be an evil person.
Yin yang, da da da. We all have dark and light in us, and why keep shutting out the dark? It's part of life.
My baby is one of the best living, breathing props. The fears and the kind of nightmare visions that happen when you have a baby and you're attached to that baby, and you would just die if anything happened to him. So my pictures are called The Abduction and the Stolen.
I'm a 7th generation Vermonter, so I'm very interested in history and old Victorian houses.
Mostly, I guess I lean more towards post-apocalyptic with my fashion.
Walking Dead, Project Runway.
That's, thank you.
I love when women do violent, bloody pictures. So I'm playing the dead bride. They slit my throat just to make sure they shot me.
I'm a tattoo artist full-time, so when I'm not tattooing, I try to paint in subject matter that interests me and find a way to maybe reflect it back into tattooing.
Watching Macbeth got me inspired to do that piece, and a little bit of just self-hate made me want to write all that stuff on it.
So right behind me is gluttony. Gluttony has several stomachs, and gluttony is a metaphor for not just eating, but indulging in every appetite that we may have.
You can see this show through the end of October. We'll get to check them out with you again real soon.
all this weirdness and all this stuff, I actually blame him. At least twice a week, Dad and I would go out and rent horror movies. I'm about 6 years old, watching horror movies with my dad and loving it. It's one of my most cherished childhood memories. I absolutely adore it. So it's this.
Blame the old man.
It's this guy's fault.
Blame the old man.
I will.
Hi, this is Grace Potter reminding you to thank your farmers, especially those from Cabot Creamery.